Alright, guys, so a lot of people have been asking me about, I don't know, advice, I guess, to say, sort of to say. I guess you can call it advice, but I can't really give you too much advice, I'm only 16, I haven't lived a full life, I guess you would say, but I can give you some advice on what I know. So when I got the request to talk about this, I went around and I asked a bunch of people if they knew what conformity is and what was normal to them, I guess, and what was okay to do and what was not okay to do, and did they ask questions about why somebody told them to do something. And I got a lot of no, I don't know what conformity is. Normal is normal to me. What else? Somebody said being normal is being alive. Like it doesn't process to me personally. I don't understand how you don't see how you don't know what conformity is or what normal is, or why you don't ask questions about life. Life is a mystery and you're supposed to ask questions, right? I think at least, but so I guess since nobody knows, I should explain, right? The way I see conformity, I guess, and the way I've done a lot of research about this too, because the brain really interests me. I don't know. I guess I don't seem like the type of guy to talk about this stuff, but like the brain really seems to like intrigue me, so to say. Conformity to me is wanting to fit in so bad, regardless of whether it's a wrong cause, a right cause, whether it's okay, not okay. Whether you want to be a part of something so bad you're willing to accept that you're wrong to be a part of something, to not stand out, but I don't think that not standing out, I don't think that's really the issue now. I don't think there is an issue for this, but conformity has changed a lot throughout time. Started with like religion. Somebody made up something that they wanted to believe in. Well, not made up, I guess, but somebody said that this happened, and people didn't have an answer for it, so they just fell in line. Or people didn't want to stand out because a bunch of people fed into what they were saying and like what they were saying. So they didn't want to stand out, so they decided that they were going to join in too, And I understand that, right? Because I used to do it as a kid a lot. I always wanted to fit in. But recently, I did it a lot in high school. You do it a lot. A lot of people do it in high school. They don't want to stand out. They want to speak up, But I don't want to be that person. I don't want to think that that's okay to be that person, But being normal is also weird to me, What is normal? Everybody has a different definition of what normal is to them, because everybody lives a different life. But normal to society isn't normal anymore. Normal to society is wanting to be different. It's okay to be different now. You understand? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's okay to be not like everybody else. Everybody wants to be different. Everybody wants to be different. Nobody wants to be the same as somebody else anymore. Nobody wants the exact same life as anybody else anymore. Nobody wants to fit in. Everybody wants to stand out, But that's normal now. So being different is normal. So does being different mean that you're normal, or does being different still make you different? Or does being normal make you different now, What people used to call normal? Does that make you different than other people now? So, it's a lot to sit on. It's a lot to think about. But it leads back to conformity. Everybody wanted to be different. Or one person wanted to be different. And then a lot of other people wanted to be different. So they decided to fit in, so to say. They decided that they wanted to fit in, and that they didn't want to stand out by not being different, by being, they didn't want to stand out by being what used to be normal. So a lot of people have adapted, a lot of people have changed, and that's life. And life is always going to change. As long as you live, life is going to change. You know. So it's not like being normal is always going to be normal, so to say. And what else did I ask? Why do people ask questions? I get a lot of phrases from parents and teachers and aunts and uncles and grandparents and all that about why I ask questions or why I don't just do what they tell me to do. Because back in the old days, or back when they were a kid, they did what their parents told them to do right when they told them to do it, which I don't believe, to be honest with you. Or I wouldn't be here, you know. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be here if they listened to their parents. But anyway, I ask questions because I want to understand, you know, even if it's a little thing. I understand if it's like a little thing, why I ask a question, but why not, right? That's why God gave you life, or if you don't believe in God, that's why whoever gave you life, or the Big Bang gave you life, you know. That's why you're alive. You're alive to ask questions. You're alive to figure out what's going on and why is it going on. And I feel like that's the reason for a lot of the downfalls of a lot of people, a lot of civilizations, a lot of social groups, you know. A lot of people who just wanted to conform, a lot of people who just wanted to fit in, never really asked why they wanted to fit in, never really asked why they wanted to conform, you know, why they wanted to be somebody that isn't them, just to fit in, you know. So they never ask questions. They never ask questions to themselves. They never ask questions about anything. People like that, they just go right in. They do peer pressure. For example, a bunch of people are doing something, and you don't want to feel left out, so you do it too. That's conformity, and I guess people don't know it as conformity because a lot of people just say like peer pressure or whatever. But yeah, that's what conformity is. You want them to fit in, regardless of whether you think it's wrong or whether you think it's right. You just want to fit in. You don't want to be out. You don't want to speak out. You don't want to change. And a lot of people don't understand. Great things come from people who speak out, but great things also, bad things also come from people who speak out. You know, Hitler, Napoleon, all of them people. You know, they came. And how do I say this? They came into play because they decided to speak out against the government. They decided to speak out against what everybody else believed in, to find something that they can believe in themselves. Because they asked questions, you know. They didn't just fall in line because somebody told them to fall in line. But the people who followed them, the people who follow these social groups, the people who fall in line just because they didn't want to stand out, those are the people who are not wrong, but those are the people who conform. Those are the people who say they don't conform. They say that they have a reason for doing this, but they don't. They just don't want to stand out. They don't want to speak up. They don't want to ask questions. They don't want to question somebody because they're scared. But don't be scared to ask a question. Just because you're scared of the answer, or you're afraid that you're not going to like the answer, or you're afraid that you're going to be rejected, or whatever, because if you hold it in, then you'll never know, and you'll always wonder, what if, right? What if I did this? What if I didn't do this? What if I didn't join them? What if I decided not to smoke? What if I decided not to drink? Just because my friends were doing it doesn't mean that I should do it. And I know I'm only 16, so I can't give so much advice, but I know a lot more than people give me credit for. I know a lot more than a lot of adults know. I speak a lot more intelligently than a lot of adults do. Adults don't want to say that they're wrong. Some adults don't want to admit that they're wrong, especially to a 16-year-old who hasn't lived his life yet, But the internet is a wonderful tool, and it really helps you expand your mind. It really helps you think. It really helps you process things further than what people just tell you. You know, there's facts, but there's also lies on the internet. But there's a lot of good too. There's a lot of bad that comes with it, but there's a lot of good too. So you could be getting the wrong information, but at the same time, you could be getting the right information. But if you never question, or you never ask, or you never go back to your source, you know, a history book, grab something, you know, so you can further understand what happened and why it happened. Is that it? Other than that, yeah, just don't be somebody that you don't want to be. Don't conform just because somebody doesn't want you to fit in. I mean, somebody wants you to fit in and you want to fit in. You don't want to stand out. Don't be that person. And I really hope this helps you, man, or woman, girl or boy. I really hope this helps you grasp and understand why you shouldn't do something just because somebody told you, or somebody bigger than you or a bigger group than just you didn't do what you wanted to do, and you figured that if you fed in, or you fed in to what they were believing in, that their life would be easier. And I guess it would make life easier for you, but do you want an easy life? Do you want to just say you want to fall in line to everybody? I know I don't. I want to be my own person. I don't want to be somebody my parents want me to be. Which leads me to another example, you know. My mom and my grandma, who just passed away recently, a year ago, they used to tell me I wasn't going to be anything. They said I would never, you know, be any different than somebody who's going to be in the streets alone, you know. Somebody who's never going to have a chance at life. Somebody who wasn't going to make it through life, you know, because life is hard, and I don't see reality, but I don't think they see reality. I think the only thing they see is what they want to see, and they don't want to hear what I got to say, or they don't want to hear the truth. They just want to be right all the time, but that's not life, you know. That's not life as we know it anyway, you know. Life now, you know, we get to ask questions for a reason so we can understand. They said I couldn't do it any other way than their way, and I don't believe that, and I don't want to believe that. I'm never going to let myself believe that. They only wanted what was best for them in the long run, you know. They say it was best for me, but what's best for me is what I'm happy doing, not what I'm not happy doing just to make you happy. I mean, I love you and you gave birth to me, but at the same time, it's my life, and you gave me life. God gave me life to figure out who I am. You know, you got a chance to figure out who you are, but don't pin just stuff on me because you messed up, that you weren't who you thought you were going to be. You're going to try to make me somebody that you want me to be, but I don't want to be them. I want to be me. I want to go out here and I want to say explore life, but I want to do things different. I don't want to do the same things that you did. That you wanted to do. You didn't even do them. The same thing that you wanted to do. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that kid. I don't want to be that. I just want to be me. And it really takes them a long time to understand that. They still don't understand it. Well, my mom still doesn't understand it to this day. She just doesn't understand why I do the things that I do. But I have a plan for me, and she just doesn't see the plan that I see. She doesn't see the future and I see, and she doesn't believe in it. She believes in what she wants to believe in. She believes what she sees. And I guess that's the same thing for me. I believe in what I believe in. I believe what I see. I believe my future, but she doesn't understand what I see. She doesn't understand my vision. And I don't understand her vision. I know she wants me to be this A+ student and go to college and be the best student in college, but school isn't for me in general. I don't like school, guys. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. Some people just don't like school. School is not for everybody. School is not for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. If it's not for me, it's not for me. If you're like anything like me, I go to school just to go to school to get away. I go to school to get away from stress. I go to school to get away from life. I go to school to get away from reality. You know, it's a breath of fresh air. I get to ask questions. You know, I get to be me. But I don't enjoy going to school. I don't enjoy having to be graded on how well I do my work. It's not that I'm stupid. It's not that I'm dumb. It's not that I'm an idiot. It's just the fact that I don't enjoy it. It's not something I enjoy. It's not something I plan on doing in life. And people say that whether you like it or not, you should do it. But why? Why? Why has this become such an important thing? You don't gotta go to school to be smart. You don't gotta go to school to be intelligent. You don't gotta go to school to be rich. You don't gotta go to school to make money. But you do have to have a plan. You do have to show how you're gonna implement this plan. You do have to show how you're gonna focus through, how you're gonna come through, how you're gonna overcome the people who don't want to see you succeed, or the people who don't understand your vision, how you're going to prove people wrong when they say that you're not going to make it. What you're going to do, what steps you're going to take. You need a plan, you need a vision, you need to understand what's going on in life and how it's going on, and what you can do to change it and what you can do to fix it. You know, I don't know what else to say. A lot of other things too. I know I'm young and like the people like to talk about relationships and whatnot, but I don't know. People say, especially my parents, they say once I get out of high school, me and my girlfriend, we're not gonna be together. But I don't want to be that traditional couple. I don't want to be that normal couple. You know, I don't want to be that couple who breaks up right out of high school. We've been together and on and off since 4th grade. You know, I don't want to see myself with anybody else. And if I believe that we can make it, then I'm not going to give up on something I love just because people say that we're not going to make it. And it's because my friends say that it's a waste of my time, that I should be living life. Well, I don't want to live the life that you guys see, Mom. I don't want to live the life that you guys want me to live. I want to live my own life with my own goals, with my own future, not the future you guys set in place for you guys, for yourself. You know, have your own plans in life. Just because somebody says this was best for you doesn't mean it's really what's best for you. What's best for you is what you believe is best for you. Your mind is something really powerful. If you believe that you can do something, then you can do it, regardless of what somebody else says, regardless of who says that you can't do it, regardless of who says that you won't be anything. If you put your mind in something, you can do it. If you go up to a weight bench and it's 350 pounds and you've only lifted 200 pounds in your life, if you go up there and you tell yourself you can do it, if you go up there and you believe in yourself, you have a plan set in place that's going to help you achieve your goal, then you can do it, regardless of what people say. When people say you're not big enough, tell them that it doesn't matter about how big I am. Tell them that it's all a mental game. You know, your mind can make you do things that you never thought you could do. You can take it to extreme. Your mind is something beautiful. It helps you. It helps you through life, you know. Somebody says that you're never going to make it through high school. Somebody says you're never going to make it in life. You tell yourself every day that you're going to be something, regardless of what people say. Just because it's not what they want you to be doesn't mean that you can't be it. Just because people say that it's out of your reach doesn't mean it is. Nothing is out of your reach as long as you put your mind to it. If you want something to happen, then you can accomplish it yourself. Just because somebody says that you won't be anything doesn't mean you won't be anything. Doesn't mean you can't be anything. I guess, guys, this is it's a real touchy subject for me, and I thank the person who asked me this question, because man, that I have a lot to get off my chest, and I have a lot more to say, but I'm not going to waste any more time of your time than I already have. I hope whoever asked the question, I helped you out, and I really hope you understand and grasp it. And other than that, guys, I love you guys so much, and thanks for your support and all that stuff. And I really do hope I helped you, man. A woman, a girl, boy, whatever you are. I really hope that I really helped you. In all honesty, man, that's the reason I had this whole conversation. It's the reason I brought up this whole topic. So other than that, guys, I don't got much else to say.